just outside of the green. Alright, avionics switch on, radio's on and check. Check that. Avionics switch on, radio's on and checked. Transponder standby. We've got the transponder on there. And we have our barrel here. Let's see if that's working. I can check the altitude. So I'm going to want to check that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and tune in to the weather service here.
Canterville, mini information, Juliet. 1700 Zulu weather. Sky clear, visibility 10. Temperature 13, viewpoint 0. Wind light and variable. Altimeter 3011. Arriving and departing runway 10. Advise on initial contact, you have Juliet.
Then we're going to go ahead and do the run-up. So we're going to do a magneto test that's 1800 RPM. Test the left mag, test the right mag, and then check the gauges are green. That's according to the POH for the Cessna 172 Sierra Papa. Then we'll do a throttle idle test, controls test, bring up the flaps, etc., etc. So let's do the magnetos test. I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the flaps now. And they are retracting, so that's good. And we'll throttle up to 1800 RPM here. We've got the parking brake set, so I don't have to worry about the brakes. Alright, right magneto check, that's the left switch. And we're at 1750. Clear out the cylinders. Right, left magneto check, that's the right switch. And we're at 1750. It's supposed to be less than 150, less than 50 between the two. And we're checking the fuel, the EGT fuel flow. The oil pressure and oil temperature look good. The vacuum and amps look good. We still have that over amp right there, but I'm not concerned about that because I get that once in a while if I've had these lights on for a long time. So now we're going to do the throttle idle check. I'll pull the throttle back down to idle here. And it should be around 700 and something, 600 and something. Depends if the wind's blowing.
00 back to visual probe runway 23.
And the radio's avionics set. Transponder will go to test. And I will test the ident. Ident works. And we've got the compass and heading here. I'm going to go ahead and sync that. So you'll see the little sync light. There it is. So we're synced.
3,500 DFR.
And it looks like everything's good, so we would be done with our run-up checklist now, and we'd be doing the before takeoff checklist if we were doing that, but we're not. I'm going to go ahead and check the trim here, and make sure the trim wheel works good. I'll trim it back down for takeoff. And let's turn off the avionics. And we'll go ahead and check the fuel shut-off, make sure it works. Okay, so I'll throttle cut-off, or mixture cut-off, throttle to idle, switches and magnetos off, master switch off, fuel selector left or right, doesn't matter which one. So another thing I want to check here is the chronometer, make sure it's working good. So if I press and hold, it should change to Zulu time in Celsius. Press and hold, local time in Fahrenheit. Press once, starts the timer. Press twice, back to time. Press another time, back to timer. It resets the timer when you go back to the time. Tell you, I do want that long click to be longer. It's just too short. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. Okay, to do this, I'm going to have to shut down the simulator. So I go to location, local map, and quit all right down here at the bottom. and boom, it just quits every single one of them. Now I'm going to need to fire up the Arduino code here. So a little thing for the Arduino and Notepad++. Here we are in Notepad++. I need to find chronometer status right here. Expand that. Clock mode button, falling edge. The timers. It's actually a really large block of code here that controls the chronometer. And I'll probably try to feed all my code into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. Maybe it can streamline this a little bit for me and fix anything that I might have done wrong, because I'm not a professional coder. I just had an idea and I thought I'd try it out, and it seems to work okay, but it could always be better. So here's the UC timer is 70 milliseconds. The change timer, unit change timer is 70 milliseconds. So there's all my timers right here. So this 70 milliseconds, probably just change that to 100 and see what happens. I also decided to change this line here from equals 100 to greater than or equals 100, just in case this passes it, passes 100 for some reason, so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Done uploading, no warnings, everything looks good. Restart the simulator only on the main computer here. Okay, master switch on. We'll give it a try. It's still not enough. And here we are back, and we'll try it again. See the little Celsius change to Fahrenheit. There we go. It looks good.